welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let's see, we got everything shared and we're getting ready to go here. Give me one sec. Actually, you know what? I think we still don't have this updated correctly, but that'll be fine. Let everyone roll on in, and then let's get everything started. Yo, Space My Name, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, buddy? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, so we've been off stream for the whole week. We have been pretty consistently running a stream every day from Monday through Friday from around 3 to 5. Today's stream, going to cut it a little short. Probably going to do about an hour or so. 3 to 5 Eastern time, that is. This week we've been having a whole lot of changes. We got a brand new puppy. He's pretty awesome. His name is Sparks. Named after the dragonfly from Spyro the Dragon. So my Spyro boys out there definitely going to like that. Yeah, but so we've been training him, taking care of him. He's been a little handful, so kind of haven't really been streaming live or anything like that. Making sure the dog is okay, walking him a bunch of times a day. There's also some other things that I'm not going to talk about just yet, but been highly busy on some other things, so we haven't been streaming as much as normal. I wanted just to go ahead and get one in today because I probably won't hit one tomorrow. But we have some crazy news. Tilting Tiles is launching on the Atari VCS tomorrow. So we have a brand new game release, which is pretty awesome. Yo, Sean Starlight, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. So yeah, just another, as going back to what I was saying with the announcement, we're going to be live on the VCS tomorrow. First game coming to the Atari VCS, so pretty awesome stuff. Just wanted to talk about that briefly, talk about our future Atari plans while we're working on Maze today, which is obviously a PlayStation 4, a PlayStation 5 game, a Steam game, and potentially an Atari VCS game as well. Yeah, and yo, AZ Miss, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Glad you're here. Hope you are doing well today as well, and I hope your game development is moving along smoothly on your 3D platformer. Yes, Space My Name says, I'm doing good. Sparks is a great name. Yeah, everyone we've showed it to loves it, and they don't even know it's from Spyro. They just think he's hilarious because he's like a little ball of energy. He just runs around, and his name actually fits him pretty good. So yeah, he's like a little mixed puppy, and he's just like maybe like 10 weeks old, and he's just running around like crazy. I'm basically getting to do stream today because my wife has the day off, so she's taking care of the dog right now, kind of watching him because little puppies, they have to pee so many times, and you got to take them outside. We have a nice fenced-in backyard, so he gets to run out there and play, and we run out there and play with him. So he's already getting accustomed to his new environment, and he's been doing really, really well. I'm actually pretty surprised. So that's really, really good news. But yeah, so Atari VCS tomorrow, guys. If you have a VCS, be sure to send us pictures of you picking up the game. Send it to us on Twitter. We'll give you a retweet or a repost, as Elon has now changed the branding on the website. It's pretty terrible. Not gonna lie. But we will shout you out whenever we see your VCS. We have a VCS, a personal VCS, coming in the mail. I don't have my personal one yet, so I don't think I'm going to get it in the mail by tomorrow, but maybe by Saturday, possibly by Monday, guys. So you know what? Let's go ahead and look at this while we're together here. And let's go to Atari's website. Let's type this in. Let's go to Atari. So you guys, this is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and switch over here. Let me know, guys, as if the audio is good as well. I haven't streamed in a little while. I haven't changed any of the settings. Everything looks to be fine, I think. So, yeah. So, anyways, if you go to Atari's website, yo, Mekan, welcome to the stream. Yes, Sean is here. Let me go. Sean says, I'm doing well today. I know it's coming out tomorrow since I saw the announcement, but too bad I won't be able to get it right away. I don't have a brand new Visa gift card yet. At the moment, I have to wait a little while. That's okay, man. I hope whenever you do pick it up, if you do, you don't have to, but I hope you enjoy it. But if you guys check out Atari's website, they just announced the 2600. But you can still see. So, guys, they actually have the VCS bundle. This is a pretty good deal. It's like 25% off. You can get the 2 controllers and the system for $225. So yeah, we're gonna be getting ours pretty soon, and hopefully we're gonna have some cool TreeFall Studios content coming to it soon. Let me switch my camera. Let's go back down here in this corner so we can get on some maze development. I'm gonna give you guys some updates on the game, talk about where we're going, talk about the TreeFall Studios Developers Conference, which is coming up pretty soon. Let me look at my calendar real fast. So we're looking at probably the 3rd week of September to have the conference. So basically about a month away, and that's where we're going to be doing all of our big game announcements and stuff like that. So I hope you guys are still looking forward to it as well. I'm going to give you guys a brief update on Maze. We're going to jump into the game engine. We're going to talk about the levels. I'm going to show you guys some updates on the level we worked on last week before we cut the streams off. And I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of a rundown on how close this game is to completion and stuff like that. So if you see, we're here in the hub world, and, you know, for everyone new watching, you know, we're not done here. This is all in development. Things are going to change and stuff like that. But we have level 1 done, which is this giant tower. We got a 4-story tower here. And then, so level 2 is now in the hub world. We made this last week. And you can see this is the small little maze. This is the garden maze with the brick stuff. The brick walls, green grass, and it's going to have those lattice walls we made. Space My Name was definitely a fan of the lattice walls. Made me feel right good. This one is empty still. It is the neon maze. I don't have the little thing made for it. And you can see the grass texture is also messed up down here, so we haven't fixed that. We will be fixing it soon. We got our Ascension Tower, so that's level 1, 2, 3. Ascension Tower is 4. And we'll jump down here to see some more. When you go down here in the basement, you can see maze number 4, the Behemoth. That maze tower is so big that even though it's leagues away, it's really, really far away, you can still see the entire model. Looks pretty good. So that's number 4. So we've got, actually it's 5, right? Yeah, so that's the first 5 levels done. We are kind of crushing along here on our development time, guys. We're making pretty good time. We just got a few things to fix and a few things to clean up, and then everything will start to be coming together pretty smoothly once we get all these levels done. What we're trying to do is get the base levels done, and then after that, we're going to go in and do the details, clean them up just a little bit more. But right now, we're just trying to get all the level designs done. So level 6, we got our Sky Islands. You can see this one floating around, looking pretty awesome. It's done, and then right here is a little bit of an update that you guys haven't seen. So here's maze 7. Here's our neon maze with the flying walls, and you can see the whole model is done now, and then that's it. So that's everything we've got in the hub world so far. And let me run in here and show you guys just briefly what that looks like. Let's go ahead and go over to maze 7 so you guys can see if we maximize this. Huge maze. We got all the walls in. Everything is done. And now let's go ahead and run it in the play mode so we can take a look at what it looks like to have all the walls come flying down. So it looks pretty awesome still. You can see now that the maze is actually done. We haven't coded the floors to do this yet. And I'm not going to do it right away. I'm going to do it depending on whether or not there's a giant performance hit. I think that I can actually still make this a little bit better on performance-wise. But just in case, I need to run this on PS4. Special news, we might be getting our PS5 dev kit sooner than expected. So not only will this game be playable on PS4 and PS5 because PS5 is backwards compatible with PS4, but also because it'll have an upgraded PS5 version of the game as well. That's what we're trying to target launch to do. And I need to test this on PS4. Basically, that's like my base system that we're working off of. Then the PC version is built off our PS4 version. The PS5 version can be upgraded a little bit more from the PS4 version. And the Atari VCS version, if possible, is going to have to be a little bit more efficient than the PS4 version of the game. And this is a lot of walls, a lot of stuff is floating around. There's a whole lot going on. There's a lot of math and distance checking going on in this scene. There's switching materials and more. So I got to see how this runs and make sure we can hit a 60 FPS target before we do the floors. But the floors would probably be, might be like a PS5 only feature. Just depends on if all the other systems can run it. But as you can see, as we walk forward, you can see all the walls slamming down as fast as they can go and turning on the lights and glowing their magical glow walls. This is going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be so hard for you guys to find your way out of this maze because it's going to be really hard to memorize the paths because once you leave and you go down a path, you'll be able to see them flying back up and turning off and disappearing. Now, the cool thing about this is, though, when you first start the level, let's go back to the start real quick and start over so you guys can see this. The good thing about this level is the coins haven't been placed. They're all just sitting there in the middle, but the finish has been placed. So the good thing, even though this level is going to be really hard to figure out because the paths are constantly changing, and moving, so it's harder to memorize the maze. When you're at the start of the level, you can get a visual across the entire floor, see what direction you need to go in, because the finish is in the back right corner, so you got to think, okay, we need to get to the back and we need to get to the right. So you actually don't have to find the finish, you kind of know where it is. And then on top of that, you'll be able to see where the coins are across the map and kind of figure out in your head where the coins need to go. So I think that that's going to help balance out how hard this maze is going to be because of the walls moving and changing. So yeah, Sean says, hi, it's nice to see you too. Happy you're here too, Mekan. Yeah, Mekan's definitely a friend of the channel. He's a great guy. Got some good games on the Atari VCS. And then Space by Name says, the last walls are super cool. I'm a big fan of Vineyards aesthetically. Me too. We're going to be putting some new models in the game pretty soon, you know, to go with that, to kind of fill out the garden theme. Maybe like a little fountain, a little extra here and there to do the garden and vineyards type of style. But if that's your thing, you like that aesthetically, you are going to love Pitter Pot, my man, because we're going to be doing a ton of garden stuff like that in the future for that game. Mekan says, let's see the level in action, right? Oh, you can hear the little puppy barking in the background. So we just looked at the level in action. Daisy Murphy says, oh, I love the blue. Glad that you love it. I do too. I love this sky we made, and I love this glowing blue walls here. Looks pretty awesome. Looks pretty cool when it comes flying down and lights up. I'm pretty happy with it. Sean says, we know the Atari VCS is not as powerful as PS4 and Xbox One. That's okay. Graphics don't matter. They say Atari VCS is not as powerful as Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know about the Switch or anything like that. But Atari's definitely not that bad because I basically didn't really change the Tilting Tiles version. It almost runs as good as the PlayStation version. The PlayStation version runs a little bit better. But like without even doing anything, Tilting Tiles is pretty heavy on graphics processing and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it still runs pretty good on VCS. So I feel like a lot of my games aren't going to have problems on there, especially like stuff like Mighty Math, the Gem Collector, the Letter, probably the first Perplexing Orb. All that stuff should just run like smooth as butter on VCS. But I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of work or maybe frame cap like Perplexing Orb 2, Pitter Pot, some of my larger scale, really complicated projects, things like that. The code base was redone for Tilting Tiles Micro Challenge. So if we ever release Micro Challenge on VCS, I don't know if we will, probably eventually in the future, depending on how the sales go. The first game, obviously, that game should probably run a little bit better than the original Tilting Tiles does on VCS, but it's not bad. I mean, it's going to run pretty good. I don't really think anyone's going to notice anything. They're probably going to really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to seeing all the new opinions on the game. That's one of the most fun things about game launches, guys, is when you get to see new players playing your game, going through the puzzles for the first time, telling you what they liked, what they didn't like. you know, if they really enjoy the game, if they have fun, you know, the different things like that. That's pretty much why I do this job and stuff like that. It's just fun to see other people have fun, especially with some of the things that you created. So I saw a lot of people on that tweet that Atari made announcing that we were going to be launching on Friday. And a lot of people seem excited for the game, and it's going to introduce a whole new set of people to our hit puzzle franchise. So pretty excited about that, and can't wait to see what everyone thinks of the game tomorrow. Let's see. Sean says some say the Atari VCS is more powerful as Switch, but I don't know if it's true. Mecan, I don't know if he knows either. Space My Name says I'm so ready for the Pitterpot streams. Yeah, my dude. Pitterpot's coming back pretty soon because we're gonna be done with this game in like 2 weeks. Maze is gonna be done in like 2 weeks. We got 4 levels to make. I just wanted to give you guys a brief update on this real fast, and we're gonna start making a new level right now. So then we're gonna have 3 levels left. And you guys are going to be shocked because I haven't really worked on this game this entire week. This entire week of no streams, I've been working on my surprise secret project. Turns out that we might be able to get this game on PS5, and we might be delaying the launch of Maze. Still going to be done with it in about the next 3 weeks or so. But I think that this might no longer be our September launch game, and this will be pushed back into October. And the game I've been working on, the small game Secret Surprise, that I think everyone is going to absolutely love, is going to be our new September target. So you guys will find out more about that at the TreeFall Studios conference. You guys know I love to do surprise drops, or not even just surprise drops, but at conferences, I like to announce a new game, and then you guys can play it in like a week, basically. So yeah, I'm gonna target that game for September, and probably this game for the beginning of October, maybe. So we'll see how it goes. Gotta get a couple swallows of water because I'm still maintaining my dehydrated state. You guys know I have trouble drinking all my water, so I'm gonna go for it now. Let me go ahead and get this model started real quick so you guys don't see some of the spoiler models that I've been working on for this other game. All right, there we go. Actually, you know what? Let me save it real quick because it's going to open up. You guys would be able to see the name of the game probably because my last saved model folder is in this new game. So give me 1 sec. I don't want to spoil. I want you guys to be surprised. The Patreons don't even know. I'm going to have this be a surprise for them as well. There's only one person I've shown the game to, and that's our friend Thomas. But you can't bug him. He doesn't know much about it either. So, and he won't spoil it. Let's see. Where is my folder? I'm looking over here on my third screen. It's like really far away, and I gotta look past my light. And my Rising Trials folder is so like hidden because it doesn't. It's not titled Maze. I have like all my Maze games in a row, and then like this one doesn't say Maze. It just says Rising Trials. I forget every time. It's like hidden down there at the bottom. So this would be what is this? Maze 8 we're on, I guess. Let's call this Rising 8. Yeah. All right, so now we're good. We should be in the correct folder. We can pull this over here so you guys can see it. Let me look at my camera screen. I think that looks fine. You guys won't be able to see the stuff down here, but I think that over here is probably more important when we're doing some of this work. So yeah. Let's see. Let me grab a couple of these comments before I start working. There he is, Thomas. Welcome to the stream. There he is, celebrity himself, greatest game developer. My favorite personal game developer is joining the stream. Let's see. Let's go. Thomas says, I can't wait for September. What you going to have announced. I love indies doing their own showcases lately nowadays. Yeah, Sean, if you're interested, you can see... let me just show you guys real fast. Just so Sean can find it. I know you're a new fan of the channel, but I don't know if you've poked around too much. But if you go to our channel here and you scroll down on our main page, this playlist called TreeFall Studios Developers Conferences, you can see our old ones. So our 2021 show was pretty good. We had a summer show in 22. Here's our show from last year, and then here's our summer show from this year. We usually do twice a year, so you can catch up on all the old shows because they're definitely fun to check out. And we're gonna be doing our new one in next month. So I hope you're excited for that. We'll be really repping it and showing it pretty soon. So yeah, thanks for your recent subscription to the channel. Definitely appreciate that. And I hope you enjoy the conference when it comes up. And Thomas says, LOL, stop. I'm like, yeah, the celebrity's here, boys. The celebrity is here. All right, we can finally make the level. Yeah. And then Space My Name says, I think you've said it before, but do you need a dev kit for VCS or can you use the console itself? You can actually use the console itself. They don't actually have specific dev kits. You have to put it in like dev mode. And you can't get the dev mode unless you're like registered with Atari and do the NDA process and stuff. But you can basically buy that kit for $225 or whatever if you wanted a retail one. And then when you decide to actually develop for the system, you can get them to tell you how to turn it into a developer mode, basically. So yeah, definitely pretty cool right there. So I'm pretty excited. I want to use mine in retail mode because I want to play around on the VCS. I want to buy other people's games. I'm going to buy all of Metgan's games. I'm going to play some of the Atari offerings, check it out, and basically see what what we've got going on there, what I like about the system, what I don't like. I'm going to be advertising for Atari for a little bit, to be honest, because I'm pretty excited about being on there. I'm probably going to be doing like an unboxing video and giving you my thoughts of like what I think about the VCS and stuff like that. So definitely gonna be pretty fun. Gonna just have some fun videos coming to the channel pretty soon. Sean says, yeah, hey Thomas. Yeah, go sub to Thomas's channel. Shout out to Thomas. He's a celebrity here in the chat. He's the best. And Daisy says, oh yes, the default cube. Time to remove it and add it again. You know what? That's the most classic thing. You're right, Daisy. Let's go ahead and do that right here, and then let's get started on our level. I actually don't really know. I don't have this level planned out. We're going to be doing a mystery level, so let's just do one live, and let's see how it works. Actually, you know what? Are we here? Yeah. Where's my... We're in object. We're in edit mode. Give me my... There we go. I was like, where has my tools gone? Let's put you at 0. And we can leave that there. Like, well, I want to get out of tab. I have like 3 designs that I want to go down and try. And I'm trying to decide which one to like kind of go with. So let's just think this through. We kind of want to do, where there's one that we want to do that's like maybe like a diagonal type maze. I want to do one that's like a circular spiral type maze. Then I want to do one that's like squares in rooms. That's like an indoor type thing. You have to solve your way through. Honestly, that one will be probably the easiest one to make. So it'll probably be the most efficient one to make on the stream. But it might be cooler to do one of the other ones. Let's just start with a little... Let's go with hallways and rooms, I guess. That'll probably be just fine. So... yeah, let's go ahead and get something about like this for our room size. And then what we want to do is go ahead and get our correct sizing here. I want to say this is probably going to be 9. I'm just guessing based on the scale. Let's find out. We need to go to global. It's close. 0 to 4. Honestly, I think that's probably fine. We can do 4 scale on this maze. So it's not exactly the same. We've been using a 5 scale on like basically every other maze. But that would make this one just a tad bit tighter. Because we'd have to like drop down 2 subdivisions here to make this like 5 feet. for every room. And yeah, not totally sold on that because I kind of want to make definitely something small enough. So yeah, let's go with 4. Let's give that a shot today. And let's go here. And then let's go on the big side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? Let's do it like this. 15. Not sure if I like that. Let's go another 15. 30 away. Yeah, that's fine. So there we go. Whoa. I start here. And now 30 away. All right, there we go. Yeah, this will look just fine, actually. Now we're on the X. Negative 30. Negative 30. Yeah. All right. So this is kind of like what we're looking at. Basically a Mighty Math themed level. Not gonna lie. And this is actually gonna be this is gonna be more complicated than it looks. Not gonna lie. You know what we should have done? Here's an efficiency tip. We should have highlighted all of these before. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered. All we could have done is just duplicate them with the walls raised already because we had to highlight everything in order to shift and duplicate. So does it really matter? And we're actually going to be putting the hallways on different spots, like here, multiple exit doors kind of thing. And then we're going to be like crisscrossing hallways across here. So yeah, that'd be fine. We can just do these all individually, I guess. So yeah. Yeah. Let's do it like that. Bear with me as we take the challenge. You know what? It'll be all right. It'll be all right. Yeah. So I was just thinking, we don't really. The reason why we don't do it like this is because, like, say this is a maze wall right here, something like that. When you duplicate, when you come up here, you'll have 2 walls facing in. So this level is gonna be semi-smaller, so we can either clean those up, or it's not even gonna really matter because I might just. This is indoors, so this is the perfect level to do occlusion culling on. Might leave the objects, might separate the walls anyways, and they can have extra faces because they won't be rendering. So yeah, Thomas says, I missed it. What did you name your dog? Sparks is his name. Sparks is the name of the game. So he's named after Sparks the Dragonfly and Spyro the Dragon. Everybody really loves it so far. You know what, guys? Give me 1 sec. Here, I'll blow you guys' mind. We need to move this. Let's go. Is it on my desktop? All right, here you go. Just in case you guys haven't seen this, right here. Here's the little man himself. He's in there sleeping now, I think, because he's no longer running around and playing. So here is Sparks. He's definitely got a great personality already. And here he is. You can see him right here with my wife, giving a nice wink and a tongue stick out. He is definitely killer. Love him already. His training is going really, really well, so definitely pretty cool. We've only had maybe like 4 peas in the house, something like that. So not too bad. Not too bad for a brand new little puppy. He doesn't know any better. Not yet, anyways. All right, so let's go ahead and get these walls. Let's make this door over here. And what we want to do is, yeah, I want this one to be here. Yeah, you know what, guys? Probably you're gonna have to just watch this one come together because it's gonna get confusing because like basically the gist of this is like there's gonna be hallways coming out. You don't know which one to take. Honestly, we didn't really need this, to be honest. Let's get rid of these walls real fast. Actually, you know what? I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring here, so I'm about to use some Dark Souls design techniques. We are going to leave this here. Because I was considering making this level harder than originally planned. Originally, it was going to be these 9 rooms, and there's going to be crisscrossing hallways, and basically, you have to find your way through the maze, find the hallway, and then figure out if the hallway actually leads somewhere. A lot of the hallways are going to be dead ends. A lot of hallways are going to lead to multiple of the same places. Like this hallway, for instance, like this one is going to take you here. This one's going to take you here. This one's going to take you here. This one's going to take you here. This one is not going to take you here. So right away, you're going to learn that hallways have dead zones. And then the middle ramp, basically, or this side is going to take you back to like here. And this one's going to take you to here. So you got to figure out basically which hallway is which. And we're going to be doing some dropping down, replacing yourself back into your familiar surroundings, basically through a second floor type of feature that we're going to get to in a second. And then, like, see how, like, this, like, it doesn't feel like we need to go here. Like, you're going to have, basically, so this one takes you to this spot, but these 2 hallways are going to be your 2 exit choices. And they're both going to be trying to take you here, but one of them is going to be blocked, and one of them is going to take you to the hallway. And then from this room and this room, there's going to be 2 exits each, and then one's going to be dead end, and one's going to replant you back in the beginning, so you have to remember how to keep going. This level design is actually really dope. This is going to be really, really awesome. And then this one is going to be from here. Hold on, what is that? I thought I heard something playing in the background. I was like, oh, what I got going on? Yeah, so basically this one is actually, I'm going to be testing my level design skills on this actually, because we're going to be really keeping track of a lot of hallways, and then a lot of hallways are going to lead back and drop you right here at the start. So all the hallways that drop you back at the start, then it's, so you don't have to backtrack through the maze, you just have to memorize where you've gone so far and how to keep going forward. And then if you find a dead end right there, it's going to lead you back to the start, and then you should be able to keep going all the way to the finish, which is going to be right about here. So definitely gonna be a little tough to get this to work, but and obviously we're not gonna be able to finish it on the stream today because this is gonna be a little bit of a longer level, so we'll do our best. And that's just an idea to get you guys started, basically. So got some comments here real quick. Mekan says, Dad's in the chat. Did you hear of Pokey? I have not heard of that. Is it a new indie game or something? Mekan says, I would believe that would be a good platform for Thomas Stewart's Tanks game. Pokey. I'm guessing it's a platform instead. I'm not sure. Thought you were going to reference me a new game. So one of these is going in, then the 2 options out. Good. We need 3 doors here on this side. Okay. Let's take this door in. Sean says, cute. What is a cute dog? I would be cool if I made an indie game in the future about your dog. Make it a fun 3D platformer. You don't have to do that. It's just a thought. Yeah, nice idea. We do love dogs around here at TreeFall Studios. Dogs and trees. That's what we like. And Mekan says, indeed, a good high rev platform. What is that? Is it like a PC platform or something? Is that what's going on? Is it like a new Steam competitor, like kind of like an Epic Games type thing? Or is it an actual like physical hardware system, something like the Playdate? that is another system. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, like the Playdate, the little yellow system with a little crank and stuff. Um, that is something that I'm definitely interested in releasing a game on in the future. Even though like I can't bring a compatible, I would have to make a game from scratch because it has super tight hardware requirements. It's all grayscale, but it just looks so interesting um, that I definitely want to check it out and see if I can get a game on there in the future. Would be cool. All right, so we got our path in, 2 paths out. All right, so let's do the middle. Let's just do the middle one real quick, and then let's go ahead and start doing our paths for the first section. And then from there we can, is that not the middle? Oh, silly me. Let's go here. All right, now we're just completely even, symmetrical. Everyone loves good symmetry, don't we, guys? Let's see. So it looks like Thomas has figured it out. All browser-based. WebGL games and browser. I saw a game make 1.5K monthly there. Very interesting. That does seem like high revenue. Due to the nature of tanks but no tanks, it can have a small build size and be played level by level. Good option for pokey. Mecan over here with a nice suggestions for our celebrity in the chat, Thomas. I'm personally going to play tanks but no tanks on. Actually, I guess I have to play it on PS5. I guess I could play it on Steam, but I don't really want to. Rather play on console instead. And so these would be 4 to match this. Yeah, 4 here. Honestly, we probably, just to go ahead and prep for this, 4 here. Yeah, this needs to be the room. 4 here. Just bear with me, guys. This is going to be a little bit of overkill. 4 here. And 10 here. All right, so this is going to be our starter room. A little bit off the beaten path. Let's go ahead and delete some of these. Like I said, we're not going to do this for everything, but for a couple of these, for the starter room, we can go ahead and delete these interfaces because we just created these problems. Might look a little confusing, but we're just getting rid of the walls that no one can actually see, so the game runs a little bit better. We're going to highlight everything, we're going to merge, and we're going to delete all of those. Boom, boom, boom. And then, yeah, so I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so basically, actually, I don't even know if this is going to be big enough for the hallways, to be honest, because we're going to have to drop back like 4 different ways. Yeah, we'll make it bigger if we absolutely need to. So this is going to be our dead hallway. So what we need to do here is just come out here, make us a hallway, and let the player learn that dead ends are they're coming their way, and they're coming fast and furious. Oh, you know what? This would have been better. We're already going to have some serious goopy problems here. A lot of overlapping faces to delete. Should have done this all in one go. But then, yeah. No, we could have done it all in one go. Let's see. Like right here, we would have needed these. And I wanted to come out... Whoa! Too much. I wanted to come out 4... These are the walls. We need to come out 1 more. There we go. Fix that. I think. So this is the set of walls here. I was talking about Thomas's game. I'll get back onto that train of thought. And then I need this to come out right here, like 1. Oh, shoot. You heard a Sparks bark back there. He's showing up for the stream, guys. We're going to have to be really careful. These hallways, we might need to move. If we're going to do full-size walls, which I think we might as well, as our walls, because everything is on the grid and it's way easier to manage that way. Nah, this is not going to work. We're going to take up way too much room. Honestly, to be honest, let's just try. Let's go, let's just get rid of this. Let's save. Let's try going with an ugly method, but honestly, it's the more efficient one. Let's go down here. Let's go over here. Let's turn on our normals. And let's go back and bring our walls out. I wanted to take 2 steps this way, 2 steps this way. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take the faces. So we're not creating all this extra geometry. We're going to go up by... that doesn't work. Let's extrude this, and then let's go here by 10. All right, so you can see this is part of the problem. Let's go ahead and merge this. This is gonna give us a lot of cleanup, guys. Because you can see, boom, this is wrong way, this is wrong way, that's right way, wrong, wrong, right, wrong, right, right, wrong, wrong. All right, so this is gonna create some extra work, but to be honest, I don't think it's going to be more work flipping all the normals than, you know, creating all this extra geometry, these extra walls. And if the level design is going the way that I want it to, you're never going to be able to see outside of these. So to be honest, we don't even really need these big walls. We'll just keep them. But our hallways will be 1 faces instead. So yeah. Okay. Whoa, got some comments and chats going here. Let's see, guys. Sean says, awesome, you're also working on a game on Playdate. I also heard about Playdate 2. I don't have one, but I want one in the future. Yeah, dude. I think it's so cool. I really think companies that are doing like niche products or cool video game products, you know, trying to foothold their way into the market like Playdate or Atari, I think that that's pretty good because, you know, I'm not really satisfied with the big 3. I think that, you know, there needs to be more than Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. I'm still pretty happy with Sony. I think that they make a pretty good system in some games, but I don't like their game direction too much right now. I don't really like the direction Microsoft's taking their company, and Nintendo's doing pretty good, but sometimes they still have a hit miss type thing with some of their older games. I feel like some of their design isn't the greatest. I feel like they're doing more hardware and stuff out there in the market, gives you more options as a game developer, more audiences to reach, more ways to make income. It's super important to help flourish the game design industry. I would love to see someone like Sega come back and make like a Dreamcast 2, you know, somewhere to put, you know, new games, stuff like that. So Playdate, I'm definitely interested. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I don't have one yet either. I went to purchase one on the waiting list. I asked them if they had dev kits for it, and they said basically every system is a dev kit, just like Atari VCS. So they told me to buy one and wait, but the wait time was maybe like a year out, and I wasn't going to spend the money for a dev kit basically that I wouldn't get to use for like a year. So whenever they get their stock issue fixed, you know, because they're such a small company, I definitely want to pick up a Playdate and put some games on there. I saw there's like 2 or 3 main developers. I saw some of their devlogs and their revenue stats, and one guy, he made like $13,000 selling his games on Playdate and stuff like that. His Twitter tag is Squid God, in case someone like Thomas or Mekan is interested. Definitely another way to bring in some revenue, and it looks like their SDK and their stuff is pretty easy to figure out. Would be kind of interesting to put games on there and see how you can make revenue. Definitely interesting. I'm going to try that in the future, but right now I think I'm still sticking with the major console type stuff. So yeah. Thomas says, what kind of achievements, trophies do you put in maze games? Simply level completion or time-based rewards or something else? Well, Thomas, good sir, you should play. I was going to say, you don't have your PS5 yet. You need to get a personal PS4 or PS5 now that you're going to be a PlayStation gamer. And you can find out. Or you can get Maze Pedestal of Trials on Steam. And you can find out for yourself right there. Wink, wink. Hint, hint. But just kidding. So I actually have level completion stats, and I also have miscellaneous trophies. So for Maze Pedestal of Trials, for instance, there is a checkpoint system. And let me just show you guys real fast while I'm answering this question. So if you go over here to the game and we run, let's go in here and let's see. So if you press the button, you can drop a checkpoint. And then if you keep running in the game, you get lost, something like that. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go, okay, here's a checkpoint because here's 2 branching paths. I don't know if this is going to be a dead end or not. And so you go down here and you go, oh, it is a dead end. Well, then you can press a button and warp back and your checkpoint is set. So in Maze Pedestal of Trials, for example, I had a couple of like tougher trophies to where you needed to beat like 5 levels in a row without using checkpoints. I gave you trophies miscellaneous for beating the hardest level without using a checkpoint. There was stuff like, just beating a certain number of mazes. There was stuff like miscellaneous trophies in most of the levels. In the one level where you have to press switches and triggers to open up doors over and over and over. I had a trophy for like completing the puzzle and finding your way out in less than 20 lever presses. I had a trophy that was like finding your way out of bounds. Basically, in the first level, when you ride an elevator up to the top, you can jump back down and get on top of the walls below. And there's like a trophy that says, hey, you're not supposed to be up here. And you can walk on top of the maze, but it's intended. It's miscellaneous stuff like that. So there's actually fun achievements to try to find yourself when you're playing the game. So there basically are achievements for like beating 1 maze, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically like 1 standard one per level, and then like miscellaneous stuff that you have to like go out of your way to find. Another example is like the neon maze. When you light up the wall, when you go into a new hallway, you light up the walls, and there's a trophy for lighting up all the walls, but you can naturally find your way out of the maze without going down all the dead ends. So you basically have to explore the whole maze, go down all the dead ends, stuff like that. There's trophies like that. So yeah. Let's go up. I don't have anything time-based, none of that. That's a little too, annoying, too difficult. Mechan says, Playdate seems like a bit of waste of time for me personally. Like, yes, you can put stuff on there and sell decent, 1 game at a time, not reusable for other platforms. It isn't reusable. It has to be something you do in the side. If you could make, basically, if you're really good at programming and or 2D animation and you could do something on the side and toss it out there, that'd be kind of cool. Sean says, thanks for sharing your honesty about Playdate being a waste of time. I respect that. Mechan says, to own, it would be a great little device. He meant developing. Yeah, he's talking about developing for games. I think it would be pretty cool. Space by Name says, if Sega made a console, I would drop my whole game dev engine to dev for it. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, go ahead now. I'm telling you, go ahead and start practicing your Unity, because Unity is the most versatile engine possible. It is on every little thing. It'll be on the next Switch. It's on, you can use Unity to go on Atari. You can use it to go on PlayStation. You can use it to go on Xbox, PC. Anywhere you need to go, you can use it. So definitely do that. I really wish your Stellaxy game was in Unity, so it'll be easy to port to PlayStation, because that game is baller looking. I can't wait to play it on my own. I've got it on my laptop now. Looking forward to checking it out. Looks like pretty good, man. I'm pretty excited. Let's see. Sean says, I also want my favorite company, Sega, to make a comeback with new hardware. I think Sega and Atari are my favorite. Yeah, Sega has so many properties now. If they just came out and they're like, yeah, you know what? Sonic, Super Monkey Ball, all these old Sega classics, from the Genesis and stuff. They're all coming back. You can play all the Genesis games. You can play all the Dreamcast games. Here's this, here's that. Here's Jet Set Radio. Here's all these random games. Here's Yakuza, all the Yakuza games. They just take them off the Xbox. The new ones are on the Sega, whatever. I mean, dude, they would sell more than Xbox, and it would be crazy. Let's go. So, Metcan says, I know that guy. I learned about the whole Playdate thing from the Squiggly guy. So did I. His tweet was suggested to me, and I didn't even hear about Playdate until I saw it. Self promo status, top tier. Thank you. Thank you, by the way. Uh, Sean says, I love all video game companies equally. A lot of people don't like Microsoft is doing. Microsoft, I have no problems with them. Not a fan of Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. Exact same thing. He wants something new. Also think they get boring after a while. 3 big companies. Yeah, you're looking for some innovation. I get you. Mecan says you can even compete with Unity. I don't know about that. Man. Daisy says, as much as I used to enjoy Unity, since they stopped or at least to seem to have cut in half their Linux support, it's been a rocky ride for me. Yeah, I actually don't really know too much about that. But it's interesting because, the Atari system is Linux based. So you have to basically make a Linux build and then like kind of build some Atari features into it type of thing. So that's the only experience I've done with Linux, and it worked. And it was pretty easy for me to figure out, and I'm a big dummy sometimes. So at least that's good. But I don't actually know about making games for Linux like based computers. I don't know what kind of features that they've cut back in there or not. Space My Name's laughing at Megan. Oh, I got you. Yeah, Megan, you're right. She meant using Unity Editor on Linux. Yeah, no, that would make total sense. Yeah, that would make sense because not many people do too much work on Linux, and it makes sense because most people hate Windows now, and a lot of people hate Apple too. So I've been seeing a lot of shift to the Linux environment, to be honest. And I've honestly thought about building my own Linux machine just for cool. I think it would be cool. But yeah, there's just like not a lot of programs that work for it. I'm thinking that the open source future, though, is moving towards it. Obviously, like big corporate doesn't really support it too much because, Linux is more privacy based, and even something like Unity, they want to steal your data. They're just like everyone else. They're like Microsoft. They want to suck down your data. They want to know where you are, what you like to do, what you like to buy, where you live, everything about you, so they can sell you more junk. Literally. Yeah. And so this hallway, so that's the dead end. This one's going to go here. I don't really have to take it all around, but I'm going to. We're going to do a loop-de-loop just for fun. Loop-de-loop-de-loop. And then we'll come back this way, I guess. This way. Yeah, this is looking good. Looking good. Whoa. Okay, so I guess I didn't go by 4s. I moved this over 15. So it needs to go over, what, one more unit? Because that would be 16 over. Let's highlight this and move it over just 1. It needs to go over 2 more. That I don't understand. Because I thought we moved it over 15. Let's move it over 2 real fast. Let's do some quick math checking to make sure we're here. So we're on the Y at -20, 24, 28, 32. Those are all 4s. Let's move over to here. 36, that's another 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. Yeah. I don't know how that math works out. For some reason, my math brain is not functioning. Because I was like, okay, we moved this. I thought we just dragged this over 15. So that's not divisible by 4. But 16 is divisible by 4 by 4. 4 times 4 is 16. But obviously 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be over 16. So what did we do? We moved it over. We moved it over to halfway and then we moved it 15. So actually I don't know what the math is on that, because I guess this is 20, so that'd be 10 plus 15, which would be 25. 25 is not divisible by 4. We would need to get to the next divisible by 4, which would be 28. So 25, it would be moving over 3. That's not right either. But then this is halfway, so actually that's probably about right. Whatever. Whatever. I just wanted to know. Ignore my rambling, my math. I was just trying to figure out why something was happening. Let's go ahead and just take these. We can just do this, and we can move them over too. And then we can just go ahead and take these two. Let's move them over too. There we go. Now we can have equal hallway pieces. We need to remove that so we can get back here and create some walls in a sec. But let's go ahead and let's do our flippity dippity walls. Flippity floppity. All right, let's extrude these and let's come up here. All right, yeah, see, this is so weird. I don't understand. We have so many of them going the wrong way, wrong way, right way. Yeah, we got rid of our 10 vertices, cleaning it up, guys, cleaning it up. Let's see what these comments are. Space Dynamics has been wishing I made it in Unity for porting reasons. I get on other consoles eventually. Thanks for the kind words about my game. I put a lot of time into it. Yeah, dude, if you had that running in Unity, I put that on PlayStation. Yeah, totally good looking, definitely cool. Everyone loves good games like that, mining games, like RPGs. You have like a deep system game. I'm like, dude, it's crazy. Let's go normals flip. Those are all going the wrong way. And then Sean says, I know Atari VCS is Linux console hybrid. Forgot to say that. He's why Sega fan, huge Sonic fan. Favorite color is blue and brown. Nice. I hear you. As far as Sonic goes, I am a fan of Sonic Adventure Battle 2. I played it on the GameCube. That's my favorite Sonic game. I also like Sonic Colors. Not gonna lie, that one's pretty good. And you know what? The Wii U exclusive Sonic Lost World. It's not really the greatest, but honestly, I didn't mind it. And that's about it for me on Sonic. As far as Sega games go, I'm a huge fan of Super Monkey Ball. Love Super Monkey Ball. And that's because, I mean, I've got a whole series. Perplexing Orb is like inspired by Super Monkey Ball, basically. I played Super Monkey Ball on the GameCube. Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2. Absolutely love them. Love them so much. So, pretty cool. Mekan says, as long as they give me this versatile editor, they can... I'm not repeating that, even though it's just a joke. Sean says, I got the Atari VCS wood grain all in one. I'm a fan of wood. It's my favorite. I meant to say blue, not blue. My bad. No, I got you, man. I understood what you meant. And Megan, you are killing me with your sense of humor. Welcome to the Unmighty Math with TreeFall. I need to play more Mighty Math. That was pretty bad. Although I guess that was kind of complicated. I mean, come on, guys. Give me a little slack. Yeah, no, not gonna lie. That was definitely tough. I'm like so confused. I was like, where is our direction going here? So weird. Okay. All right, let's make this hallway. Yeah, we're already at an hour. We're cutting the stream off pretty soon. So let's make these other hallways here. And then let's crisscross them all around. Make them loop around and do some cool stuff. So you guys will be all confused about which hallway you went down, where you're supposed to go, what's happening. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. So, yeah, Mekan says, both talking and game dev is an impressive feat, not gonna lie. You know what? That's like why when I first started, the more streaming I'm doing, I'm like becoming more comfortable at it. Because I'm like, bro, this is like a design that I have like sketched out, but it's like loose. Like this design, like some of my mazes are less loose. Like there is like a whole maze, like sketched out, and I'm following a strict pattern. And then some of these levels that we're making, I'm not doing that. Like I just have the, like, okay, here's all the structures, and then this is the basic direction of the game, of the level. Basically, this is where the level design is going to go, but I haven't created all the individual walls like on paper yet. So being able to come up with it like on the spot and also make the design good is something that is definitely a feat. Checking the chat really fast, answering the questions, talking really when we first started the streams, like it's like my favorite part of the streams, like hanging out and doing all this is super fun, but I also need to keep doing dev. But like switching modes between like talking about TreeFall Studios, games experiences, plans, updates, things like that, answering questions, and then also like kind of teaching a little bit about like what we're doing level design wise, why we're doing this, what we're doing in Blender and Unity, coding and all that kind of stuff on the spot. It's kind of tough, to be honest, to do it on the stream. And the more that I've been streaming, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with it. So yeah, I'm glad that you think it's impressive. That makes me feel good. All these are backwards, guys. We need to flip all these around. Backwards, backwards, right, right. Backwards, 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 backwards. Yeah, because it's crazy because like basically talking to you guys for like 2 hours straight, when we do these streams normally, and then I'm like barely drinking water, which makes I'm like, I need to take another break and drink some water real quick. And then like usually when I end the streams, I'm like, oh my gosh, my throat hurts. I'm like, I can't even talk anymore. I just have to just, calm down and be like, all right, that was a lot. So, but it's definitely fun. Not gonna lie. I'm just trying to make them as entertaining and informative as possible. We missed one, so we need to flip this around, so you guys won't be bored when you're hanging out, for sure. The goal is to have fun and to learn something and to hang out. We might not hit all of those goals every single day, but we try our best. All right, no vertices to merge. That hallway is done. So we got loopy-doop here, loopy-doop here. They actually look exactly the same, just a little bit different. They're like a little boop, 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 boop. Next time we'll like kind of crisscross some of these over top of some other ones. And left or right? Which one do we want to go with? Let's go with doom, 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 doom. Ba, 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 ba. All right, so one of these paths is going to lead forward. Two of these are going to be dead ends. Two of these, this needs to go here. This one needs to be a dead end. This one needs to go here, and this one needs to cross here. We're like crisscrossing wires, like cutting a bomb. That's what we're going to be doing, basically. It's going to be a little crazy. Sean says, I love new Sonic game. They're all great. I know everyone else hates it, but yeah, he doesn't think they're bad Sonic games. The only one he didn't like was Sonic Chronicles Dark Brotherhood on Nintendo DS. I didn't play that one. There's some objectively bad Sonic games that I actually do enjoy now that you bring that up. Sonic and the Secret Rings on the Wii, the game that you couldn't even walk backwards and it was all motion controls. Objectively, that game is decently bad, but I like it, even though people don't. I'm nostalgic. That was one of the first launch titles on the Wii, and like I was young and I played it. And there's like a cool Sonic theme when there's like a singing theme in that, so I kind of like that. So there's another Sonic game I like, I guess. Space Name says I didn't mind Sonic Chronicles, bit short, but he had fun. That's good. Daisy says, as someone who screams too much with my too much, my number one tip for a sore throat is warm tea and lying on the couch. No, I hear you. Seriously, I don't drink enough tea. Once again, I was like, I need to take water, and here I am, didn't drink any water. Space My Name says, I like the theme of Secret Rings, but man, it was rough to play. Yeah, as a kid, I didn't understand that. Like, I was like moving. It's not like I was young. Like, the Wii generation was like, it came out like when I was in middle school, and then most of the Wii's lifespan was while I was in high school. So like 16 to 18 years old basically is when I was playing the Wii. But when I first played the Sonic the Secret Rings was probably when I was probably like 14 or 15, something like that. I was like young and I was like, the Wii is so cool. And I was just like get frustrated when I would get stuck and then you couldn't move forward and you're like trying to shake the Wii remote to get him to move the right way. Definitely very difficult, but it was cool. I just loved the Wii so much. Now that I look back on things, I'm like, I've always said the GameCube is my favorite video game console of all time, but the Wii is like coming in so strong for me now. I'm like, it might be the Wii. I think the Wii is the overall strongest Nintendo lineup of any single console, and that includes the Switch. I think the Wii had better games overall, even with some of the Waggle games and stuff. So we'll see where the Switch ends up. We still got Metroid Prime 4 to come in, to come out pretty soon. Might, if it's just amazing, would be pretty cool. And also, so like my favorite game basically of all time, for the longest time, I considered Metroid Prime to be my favorite game of all time, which is a GameCube game. Playable on Wii with the trilogy update and stuff. Prefer the Wii controls, to be honest, so I liked it better on that version. But then, like, my second favorite to what I would say is almost my favorite game of all time now is Xenoblade Chronicles. And I like the original Wii version the best, not the Switch version. So I don't really count the Switch versions as, like, new library stuff for Switch library. So, like, the Wii had, like, my favorite game there. It had all of the Metroid games playable. Metroid Prime 3. The Mario Galaxy games 1 and 2 are my favorite Mario games of all time. It brought back Donkey Kong Country. Kirby's Epic Yarn was like my favorite Kirby game of all time at that point. I might like the new one on Switch better now, but definitely a lot of awesome stuff. Third parties out the wazoo, exclusive third parties out the wazoo, which was really, really cool. Punch Out was amazing. Rhythm Heaven Fever is my favorite Rhythm Heaven game of all time. Played that so much on the Wii. Very niche franchises on the Wii. I played Sin and Punishment, Star Successor on the Wii. A lot of niche franchises from Nintendo got games on the Wii. Wii Fit, hello, the fitness trend for Nintendo. That's the only reason why Ring Fit Adventure exists. The Wii Balance Board, definitely some pretty awesome stuff there. So I just feel like it can't be beaten. I booted up Excite Truck the other night, last Friday, to play that, and I was just like hit by a nostalgia wave, and I was like, dude, this is so good. The Excite series was back with Excite Truck, Excite Box Trick Racing. They hadn't made one since like, did they make an Excite Bike 64? I feel like they did, but I can't remember, to be honest. So yeah, yeah, let's go with this hallway. So yeah, definitely going. I could go on a tangent. Oh, guys, Battalion Wars. We've talked about this on stream too. Huge Battalion Wars fan. I personally like. I think I like Battalion Wars even more than Advance Wars, even though Advance Wars is my preferred gameplay style. Like I love Fire Emblem. There was a Fire Emblem game on console for Wii, Radiant Dawn. Hello, pretty awesome stuff. Just so many games on the Wii. Every franchise was represented. It's crazy. Every franchise was represented and really represented well. You had a WarioWare, the last WarioWare, Wario World type game, Wario Land Shake It, was on the Wii. Not only were the games represented, they were represented well. And the entire time that all of these games were coming out and crushing it on the Wii, you were also getting stellar, I'm telling you, stellar exclusive DS titles. They were doing them at the same time. The Wii/DS generation of Nintendo, to me, is unbeatable. They have never been the same since that generation. I know a lot of people now think that, are we in trouble here? Yeah, I think we are. Let's just do this real quick. So we moved them over. We moved all these over by 2, but I think that we actually need to go like this and move them over by 2. And then I want to say that means we need to move this over by 4. So now, because, yeah, now those should be correct. We will find out. I'm going to finish my we thought, but I just need to do this mighty math real quick. So we are here. So what are we on? We're on the X value. So 20 to 52 is 32. And then here we are 78 to, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. 82. I was looking at the wrong axis. Good grief. I was looking at the Y. Okay, so we're at 20 to 52. So that is 32. And then we went up. All right, 92 to 124. That is also 32, right? 24 plus 8, 32. Good. All right, we're good. Yeah, so man, that math did take a little bit out of my brain power, so I'm a little confused on what I was saying about the Wii. But I was talking about Battalion Wars, and then I was talking about Battalion Wars, and I was going to go on a tangent about how great that was. And I was talking about Advanced Wars, Fire Emblem, like Fire Emblem better, or the style gameplay better. And then we were talking about the Wii games. I don't remember what the last thought I had was. You guys can remind me. Totally blanked out on that. But we should be. Are we lined up now? Let's see real quick. See if we're lined up. Boom. Oh yeah. Oh, I was gonna say. I know what I was gonna say. So many people are like, Nintendo is peak right now and stuff, and I'm like, bro, it's because these people who love Nintendo right now, it's because they're kids. It's like just because they're young and they didn't grow up with any of the older stuff, and they have trouble playing the older games. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube, especially younger people. The quality of life changes that I personally think are ruining certain games by making them too easy. Like they need those changes. Like they don't like games that are older and rougher to play. I even hear older people talking about it because now they go back. They're like, oh, these games are rough to play now. As in, like, they don't think they're as playable. Some games don't age well. I agree. Some games do not age well. There are quality of life changes in general that improve player experience pretty hefty. And those, I think, should definitely be kept. Just like general design tips, UI design, level design that makes things not so terrible. Saving is better now. All that kind of stuff. But things that kind of just like break the game and make them just stupidly easy. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all. And I feel like too many games are kind of busted with that nowadays. That's why like Pikmin is like, to me, is like really bad. All that kind of stuff. So, but everyone loves them. They love it. Like everyone's like, oh, Pikmin 4 is the best one. And I play that. I'm like, this is absolutely the worst one. It has nothing to do with any of the old Pikmins at all. It doesn't have any of the strategy, nothing. It's just a random game that you can feel good by knocking out your to-do list, get a dopamine hit of, beating checklists, and that's it. With like a story that makes 0 sense. Let's do... I need to think about this so we can go up our floors here and then crisscross across the mazes. Okay, I got some good comments coming here. Let's go. Space by Name said the Wii had games. Space by Name, you're on it, bro. You're totally on it. Sean says my favorite Sonic games are Hedgehog 2, Adventure, Sonic Heroes, Hedgehog 4, Triple Sonic, Black Knight, Sonic R, Sonic Racing, Sonic Spinball. Sonic Rush Adventure. Oh, Sonic Rush Adventure is actually good. Also, we were talking about this last week. I know you weren't in the streams by then, but I absolutely love Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed. So much so, I actually picked it up, another copy of it on the Wii U this past weekend when I was traveling. I found one in GameStop. Couldn't resist. Bought it and played it a little bit. It's pretty awesome. And he loves Sean said he loves 2D Kirby, and also I always want Nintendo to make a real full 3D Kirby game. Happy that you finally made one, Forgotten Land. I think it's so great. I haven't finished Forgotten Land, but I think it's pretty awesome. That's probably going to be my favorite one, to be honest. I also low key like I'm pretty excited. I picked up Kirby Planet Robobot on 3DS. Everyone tells me that the game is just super super good. I haven't played it yet, and maybe that could be one of my favorites. We'll see. He forgot to mention his Sonic Colors is his favorite Sonic game. Thomas says Pikmin shouldn't have time limits. Fight me. I semi agree. I don't, but I mean, I only agree in the sense if you have to make the game like Pikmin 2 in order to make the no time limits okay. Because I personally like Pikmin 2 the most. You either have to do it two ways. Pikmin 1 is the best designed game per se. Maybe Pikmin 2 is the best designed, but you either do it where there's a strict time limit and you just have the whole game and do a time limit, yes or no. That's part of the strategy. It's about getting things efficiently. The whole game is about getting things efficiently. There is no time limit, there's no day limit, and no time limit at all. There's no reason to have any time in Pikmin 4. So what's the point of getting anything efficiently? You take out all the strategy of the game. The item layouts are not really that good in Pikmin 4. They're just random treasure crap just listed literally everywhere, hidden everywhere. It's just like a giant collectathon to look at the Nintendo skills of like, oh look, we can model nice 3D versions of Game Boy SP. You know, that's basically what Pikmin 4 is. Pikmin 2 does not have a day limit. It just has a regular time limit that you're allotted to play. But they changed the strategy, since the strategy of that game is not about completing it in a certain amount of time. They made the caves the strategy. The caves had a finite number of resources. You had to choose what the resources you wanted to take in, and you had to go into the caves and you had to play the strategy with your resources. And if you lost and your strategy wasn't good, if you didn't do well, you had to either choose to keep going or give up. If you gave up, you would lose your treasures. You'd have to go back and do the cave again. Okay, so that is the strategy. That is what that game is designed on. And then Pikmin 4 says, nah, we're going to do it. We're not going to do it like Pikmin 1. We're not going to do it like 3, which is also good. We're not going to do it like 2. You can make more Pikmin in the caves. You can take a ton of Pikmin in the caves. There's tons of Pikmin in the caves or whatever. You can just fly away. You can give up whenever you want to. Everything is just so easy. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Too easy. So yeah, I kind of agree, kind of disagree. I think the hard time limits in Pikmin are pretty good, but if you're gonna do them without time limits, you got to have some other element of strategy that's like deeper. Pikmin is a thinking game. It's all about thinking and time management, resource management. It's a real-time RTS, and then they basically just turned it into an adventure exploration game. So yeah, no good there. So what we need to do is let's take this up here. Let's go up by 15. And then actually let's go up by 14. So I got distracted. Thomas just wants me to rant about Pikmin. That's what he's trying to do. Don't let him, guys. Don't let him get us distracted. We have a game to finish. That's for sure. Yeah. Sean says, I love it when games are easy, and when games are too hard, don't get me wrong, I don't mind if a game is hard, but as long as it's not too hard for me. Yeah, then you'll probably... Tilting Tiles has a definite puzzle structure that's pretty hard. It's not the hardest, but you definitely would not be a fan of Ultimate Tilt Remix, because that game is brutally hard. Brutally hard. So is Mighty Math, to be honest. Mighty Math is pretty tough. Let's go here. Yeah, this is fine. And Thomas says the blue Pikmin are pointless. Almost the Pikmin are almost pointless in general. That's another thing. Their entire design philosophy is completely incorrect. they forgot what they're making. Well, first off, their story is really bad, and they forgot what kind of game they're making. They don't even know what Pikmin is anymore, and that's just because the original games are just so old. I know Miyamoto is still making them, but like, come on, dude. It's just like it was 2001 and 2004. That's when those games came out. And gaming has changed so much. It's not the same. But Ochi is basically the worst edition. Like, it just makes me cringe. I read like Nintendo Life's review, and they're like, Ochi is the greatest thing about Pikmin 4. He shines so bright. He is the reason why Pikmin 4 is good, and we hope to see them in future games. I'm like, dude, that's the reason why this game sucks. It completely negates the point of Pikmin. You can jump over everything. Like, Pikmin was always top down, and the verticality was the puzzles. And now there is no verticality puzzles. You just jump with Ochi. You can swim across any gap with Ochi. Ochi almost makes the ice Pikmin pointless, because like if you didn't have Ochi and you needed to get Pikmin across gaps, you would have to freeze. But there's some gaps where you could just swim across and you don't have to freeze. Makes no sense. The design is like pretty bad. I don't understand it whatsoever. It doesn't make any sense at all. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're good there. And yeah, so it's just pretty wild, pretty wild. I don't understand whatsoever. He also can carry, like, dude, he negates the purpose of like so many Pikmin, like, completely. It makes zero sense. Because like the entire point of Pikmin 2 was like there was some items that were heavier than other items, okay? And let's do it this way. And yeah, we're gonna have to close this off in a certain way. This is gonna get real complicated real fast on this model, guys. But yeah, so we're gonna be looking at some multiple days of work on this and really cleaning up and to get this all to work. But what was I saying? The whole point of purple Pikmin was so that they were a finite resource and you needed to manage them carefully in order to carry the heaviest items in the game. And then you can just upgrade Ochi to carry something that 100 Pikmin can carry. All the RPG elements ruin Pikmin 4. It's just really bad. Not good at all. So, Thomas says, I wish they had 2 Ochis. Thomas, get out of here. No. You are no longer the celebrity in the chat. Ochi they actually do have 2 Ochis. The Olamar's dog, his name's Moss, but I don't think you can play as it. I haven't beaten the game yet. I have decided, I think I am getting rid of it. Like, I really don't like it. So I'm probably just going to see the ending, the complete ending, 100%, and then I'm probably going to sell it. So that's a couple instances where I do think Nintendo, they have screwed up a few franchises, but a few franchises are still going pretty strong. So I also hate the direction that Zelda's going. I think that those are terrible as well. I mean, they're not terrible games. They're just not as good as the old games. But yeah, so yeah, there's a multiplayer giant maze game I felt like I needed to invent that is a race to collecting time gems. That's pretty cool. Yeah, racing down mazes, timed gems to get. That's feels very Crash Bandicoot oriented. Sean says, I know there are some Sega fans that want Sega to come back with hardware, but what if in an alternate universe timeline, Sega won the console war and still made video game hardware? Yeah, I don't think it's like everyone says the words console war, but I'm like, to me, I'm just like, it's just business, okay? There's not really a console war. I mean, that's just like what fans think. To me, I don't care about that whatsoever. I just care about good business. And like, if you're doing good business, your console succeeds. If you're doing bad business, you eventually fall out of relevancy. If you're doing things that are bad for consumers per se, and then you just fade off into nothing. I feel like the Sega just got hit with some random things at the time that kind of made it difficult, for them to continue creating. And then they gave up and then they went to software. Because I guess technically the software business is where the money is. It's not in the hardware. But the whole point is making hardware that everyone wants and you want it to be your main system, okay? Like everyone is fighting for dollars. That's what businesses are doing. They're fighting for your time, they're fighting for your dollars. Sony wants everyone to play all their games on PS5 because if you play all your games on PS5, then you're going to buy all your third-party games on PS5 and they're going to make money on every software piece you download. Same with Atari, same with Nintendo. Anyone, you want to be number one so that everyone's buying their games on your system because you make money from the software. But you have to sell good you have to be able to sell your hardware by having good features, and you have to be able to sell it by using good games, because if the first party games that are exclusive to the hardware don't exist, okay, should we do it like this? Let's not do it like that. Let's do it like, yeah, let's not do it like that either. If they don't exist and there's eventually no reason to buy your hardware, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, then people will eventually stop playing your system. And then you lose money on all the software, so it's all gone. All right, now we got a good hallway looking here. Here's hallway number 1. Yeah, this is going to take some doing, guys. This is going to take some doing. And we're almost out of time here on the stream, not going to lie. But you guys got to see a really cool start for this, I think. These are actually all facing the right way. Dude, this level is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy when it's done, guys. I know it doesn't look like it now, but it's going to be pretty awesome. Sean says he completely agrees because console war label, everyone using that label, they don't actually see it as a console war. I mean, yeah, because it's like people using the label, it's like, oh, if they're actually like, oh, they think something like the console war is like PlayStation is objectively better than Xbox or something like that, and they're like, oh, so I'm better because I have that, like the kid fighting online, like all that stuff is stupid, okay? What I'm saying is you basically need to have good business sense to stay in business. And I think Microsoft as a company has skated by for a very long time because of Windows and all of the inroads that they made basically back in the day. And I feel like I just don't even understand. I know Thomas, he's in the chat. He likes Xbox. He plays Xbox. He has an Xbox and not a PlayStation. But to me, I can't. But he mostly plays Switch, I feel like. So you can't fault him too hard. There are people out there that are like kind of like Switch and Xbox owners, I guess. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like the fact that people just don't see. Yeah, so Thomas says I've always been an Xbox boy. The fact that people don't see Steam and PC as a different market and a competing market has blown my mind. The trend of like Xbox putting all their games on PC, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes sense why Thomas doesn't think this way, okay? Because this guy, our celebrity in the chat over here, that guy, he's running a Mac setup, okay? He's on the Mac world, so he can't really play games on that dumb little thing, you know what I mean? But like, okay, so this is what makes sense, guys, and here's what doesn't make sense. He said, whoa. I actually kind of want to get a Mac too. I'm not gonna lie, but if you build this is your work computer, okay? If you build a giant PC or you have a nice PC for work, I personally, I talked about this in my Year Focus video. I want to keep my PC gaming off of my work computer. But let's say, for instance, you don't want to do that, okay? You have, a nice PC for work. Thomas needs a nice PC to develop his Tanks game because it's pretty awesome. So why wouldn't you just buy all the Xbox games that they put on PC because they run better there anyways, and you can eventually find them at a cheaper deal. They also have Game Pass on PC. You literally don't need your Xbox at all. Like, you don't need it at all. There's nothing you need it for. It makes zero sense. Like, Starfield is coming out soon, and you can just buy it on Steam. What's the point of having an Xbox? It doesn't make any sense. If you already have the hardware. And, like, if PlayStation keeps going down that route, I'm like, I just don't understand how Valve just doesn't eat their lunch. Like, both of their lunches. Just continue releasing Steam Decks. Like, why wouldn't you just buy Steam Decks? All these games are coming out that are they're compatible with Steam Deck. Like, dude, why wouldn't you just buy a Steam Deck? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Because you can play all your games on Steam. You could play all the Xbox games, and you can play all the PC, PlayStation games that they release on there. Just buy a Steam Deck, and then Valve is going to eat everyone's lunch. It doesn't make sense. All right, so let's make sure we're facing the right way. I think this is... Are these facing the wrong way? That's right way. That's right way. And I literally think the Xbox still only exists solely because of the goodwill of the Xbox 360 generation. I mean, no lie. That's like the only reason that they still exist. This is kind of foolish. Let's go. I might delete this, to be honest. This would look fine on the inside, not gonna lie. But with our texture set, this is gonna be a little hard to texture because we got 10s here. What we should do is go up just another straight 10 so we can have these on the scale, the right scale. This awkward scale of going up by 5 additional. Actually, that's not too bad. This is just 5. This would be Z on 11. This should be 16. Yeah, because then we can just do those together and then like half. Not bad. Not too bad. Yeah, I think it's okay. We should be able to figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let's see what we got here. I hate gaming at my desk. I'd way rather be on the couch. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. That's why I basically don't play anything on PC or on Steam. But see, this is the whole thing. Steam made you can buy a Steam Deck. You can play it handheld on your couch. I mean, they also have a dock, and you can play literally PC games on a TV just like a Switch, and it's pretty awesome. I just don't know why. I don't get it. To me, I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, they don't have a value proposition of why you would spend $500 to buy a Series X when you could just buy a PlayStation instead, because you can basically play, almost all those games on Xbox somewhere else, and then and they don't even release that many games. It doesn't make any sense. Although I don't think PlayStation is doing really good. Like, I don't think that their value proposition for PS5 is very enticing either, to be honest. I think that they're a little weak on it, not gonna lie. I don't think that they've gotten enough games out. I don't think that they have enough features specifically that you need to have the system for. I feel like there's too many games that they've already, for not having that many variety of games on the system already. There's already too many games that they've put on PC. There's not too much reason to buy a PS5 either. But if you're someone who doesn't want to play games at your desk like Thomas, you want to play on a console, you want to buy physical media, which I highly recommend. You want to be supporting physical media, you want to be playing video games with your friends, you don't want to be playing on the PC, you want to play couch co-op. I still think like the value proposition of buying the PS5 to encompass your PC and PlayStation games is higher than the Xbox games, basically. I just don't see the value proposition there. And every Xbox game that everyone is excited about is not actually original Xbox Studios. It's just crap that they bought because they have Microsoft money. Like, Starfield wasn't even going to be an Xbox game. Everyone's like, oh, Microsoft is the greatest. I'm like, bro, they just bought that. It doesn't make any sense. Not that I'm hating on Starfield. I think it'll be fine. I'm not saying the game's going to be bad, but I just don't agree with all Xbox's business decisions. Space by Name says Game Pass on PC is insanity. I have my gaming system hooked up to a TV. I'm with you there, Thomas. Oh yeah, my PC. So he's got his PC hooked up to his TV. Super smart. Yeah, if you do that, then it's just totally worth it, I think. Yeah. And then Sean says, I meant to say my preference, maybe Sega and Atari, but I didn't say my perspective. Oh, you're good. You're good, man. Don't worry about it. Let's go here. All right, so that pathway is good. You know what? Let's not do that with this one. Let's just dead end this one pretty quick. We're going to go with the left path first to be the appropriate path. And then what we can do is just go down here. Let's we want to dead end this one pretty fast. So people just know to go down the other one. That's all we want to do with this one. And guys, I'm not totally hating on Microsoft completely in general because, you know, I like some of their old games and their old systems and stuff, but I'm more so hating on the way the industry is actually trending, both the decisions made by Sony and Microsoft, and those decisions are bleeding into Nintendo eventually. Eventually, they'll catch up. All the decisions of, you know, prioritizing digital over physical, not really making value of the system that you're on, turning the systems into data mining operations, basically. The amount of data that Microsoft swipes from you from your Xbox activities is pretty crazy. Even Nintendo has gotten to it now. I'm like, Nintendo's system is so basic, but they run Google Analytics on the eShop. You have the option to turn them off, which is good. But yeah, I just don't think that all that stuff is good. I'm, you know, kind of more on like the privacy side of things. I'm like, just make games. Don't make games that are exploitative, that are going to exploit players to make them want to buy a bunch of microtransactions, do all this stuff. I hate live service. I hate all that stuff. And, you know, Sony's going down that road like so hard now. It's crazy. Definitely not really a fan of that stuff either. I don't really like how the shops are shaping up, how they try to sell you games, how they try to sell add-ons. I just want people to make games that are fun and that are complete on launch, that aren't broken, that you have to wait for a patch for, games that you can play physically so you can have many years in the future and, you know, have your values worth out of it. There's just a whole lot of things going on. Always tied to the internet. Another big, because I'm putting together a big video like this about the changing gaming landscape and everything that I hate about it, basically. And, you know, Microsoft just announced that they're shutting down the 360 store. So we got another one bites the dust, guys. And if they're able to bite the dust, okay, with the 360 store, guess who's going to follow them? You know, Wii has already shut down. Nintendo's already shut down the Wii and the, they shut down not just the Wii shop, but also the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U, which is crazy to me. You feel like the Wii U one could have gone because they really didn't sell that much. There's no way they were selling too much. The cost probably didn't justify running the servers and, you know, paying all the staff. People don't get it. Like, it's not about the servers. It's about the staff, guys, because they have to maintain old systems, provide security features when things get hacked, do the sales reports to send out to the people, you know, for, you know, $20, you know, or whatever. A lot of staff working on old systems. That's a waste of time and money. That's why the shop's got to go. But with all Nintendo's closed and the 360 closing, you can bet your buns that Sony's going to come back because they already tried to shut down Vita and PS3 and the internet flipped out. They flipped out and then Sony was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. We didn't mean to do that. No, we didn't. And you can still download for now. But they let you know that they're going to be closing them soon. And now that Xbox gets out of the way, you can probably say goodbye to the PS3 store pretty soon. Not going to lie. And then you lose tons of games that way. Game preservation is what everyone likes to talk about. Super hot button topic right now. And not only that, about game preservation, like a lot of these Microsoft games, they're DRM games to where like you have to be connected to the internet. You have to be connected to the internet to play Forza single player. I mean, that's just how it is because it's all about licensing so they can pull the game from you whenever they want to. It's just crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff. Not a fan, not a fan. Sony will go down a lot of the same routes, but I think that Sony's been doing a little bit better because they still focus a little bit on box copies still. Like I'm able to go in and buy box copies. Like if I had enough money, I could do a physical print run of Maze Rising Trials right now, and they would support it. So I think that that's pretty good. But I don't even know on the Xbox route, like almost no one does box copies because no one buys box copies. It's pretty crazy. So Sony released their numbers, and I want to say they're at about 75% digital purchases, as in like 25% of the people on Sony or so, around that, maybe like 30%. I think it fluctuates between 20 and like maybe 40, depending on the years, depending on the games, because some people will choose certain games to buy over other games. That they would rather have a cool box copy of it and stuff like that. But yeah, the Sony rate's pretty low, and then Nintendo's about 50-50. The retail actually beat it. It was like 52, like 48 or something like that recently, or maybe like it might have even been like 54-46, something like that. So Nintendo players, they're still buying games, which is good. Good news. Good news. Um, but Microsoft, I remember like their like data from like years ago, like in the Xbox One was like basically only 3% were box copies, which is like just so crazy. And that's like why they're pushing so hard for the all digital world. They want to basically get everyone into that, which I can't stand. So I'm gonna be done ranting about them. Tanks but no tanks is gonna be a classic arcade. Every life costs you 25 cents. Yeah, that's brilliant. That would be the best way to exploit players. Just to keep making them play. Go ahead and put your mobile things in there, guys. You gotta wait for the very next day for your energy to recharge so you can buy some new stuff in the store so you can keep playing. Go ahead and do that for sure. Sean says, "Don't get me wrong. I love Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. I'm not gonna lie, 100% honest. I love the VCS. I mean, I'm glad to see that some people really like the VCS. It's pretty cool. It's definitely unique, niche hardware. 66, thank you, 99 says, since 2010, I stopped playing online games since it seemed like too many people are cheating and also too toxic. Is there now a way to play online just among decent enough players we never met? Yeah, play the Nintendo Switch because you can't talk to anyone. They don't have voice chat at all, So it's just like the old days. Although I guess if you played some games, I don't know if there's cheaters in some of those games. I don't think that they're hacked really yet. Maybe some, but I feel like they do bans and stuff. But yeah, you can't communicate. You just play online. That's all you do. Like I play Splatoon online all the time. I think Splatoon is like one of the best new Nintendo franchises, and I really love Splatoon 3. I play that a bunch. And I have fun with that because I'm like, okay, well, sometimes you play and your team stinks. Sometimes you play and it's really great and it's really fun. But I'm like, all you can say is this way. You ping this way or you say booyah. That's it. You can't talk to anybody. Everyone's not, you don't have to worry about a toxic community. You're mostly playing with like college kids, young kids, and then like I guess Japanese players. Those are probably the people that own Splatoon, and you can't talk to anybody. You just play the game. It's great. Mario Kart is the same way. You can't talk to anybody. You just play the game. Same with Smash Brothers. You can just play the game. Although I guess Smash Brothers would seem kind of hard. Because some people are just so good, it would feel like they're cheating because they just beat you down if you're not great at the game. So, maybe that's not the best example. All right, this is the path that goes forward. And let's make this path real quick, and then we'll get ready to shut this stream down. McCann says, creative solution, you can't talk to anyone. It is a creative solution, isn't it? It also saves on resources. I also feel like it saves on lawsuits. I feel like Nintendo, I used to get so mad. I was like, Nintendo is ahead of the game. I was so mad at them. I thought like, wow, this is so stupid. Why does Switch not have voice chat? Switch is so bad in 2017 because I was like, dude, this makes zero sense. Okay, and yeah, those are gonna be facing each other. Very interesting. And I was like, dude, the Nintendo DS had voice chat in like 2004. You could play Metroid Prime Hunters in voice chat. But I think Nintendo was ahead of the lawsuit game, like really far in advance, because now I don't even want to voice chat with even my own friends, okay? On PlayStation or Xbox. Not only does PlayStation and Xbox record and listen to your chats, they wait to listen for you to say something that they don't like, and then they can ban you off of the system. And you have to agree in the privacy policy. Not only does people at Xbox have recordings to listen to what you're saying, or people at PlayStation can have recordings and listen to what you're saying by using party chat. It's even so bad now that on Xbox, they thought it was a good idea to implement a feature to where other players can record a clip of what someone else says, submit that to Xbox, and ask them to be banned. Like you can be a tattletale, so Xbox doesn't have to go through all of the clips. That is absolute garbage insanity. It's like 1984 times, and everyone's like, it's good because we don't want to be toxic and non offensive. But I'm like, dude, what is happening to people? They're just everyone. Oh man, we just lost that face. That's not what we want. We want to have two faces there. Let's go. Let's highlight this all. And yeah, I was going to go on a rant that we really shouldn't do. But let's. So yeah, if you're worried about your own, privacy, you can't even talk to anybody on the new systems because someone could just report you. And if you said something that wasn't even me, you could just be like, game trash talking and be like, oh yeah, I totally owned you, and they could just report you to be banned, which is absolutely crazy nonsense. I'm like, I just don't get. It's like things like that where it's like more features that Xbox implements, and that they're like, this is a great idea somehow, and I'm like, why would anyone ever want to play on Xbox? It constantly baffles my mind, but people still do, and they worship the thing. That's for sure. So that's enough of my rant. Someone will clip that out in the future. When we have like 1 million subs, somebody will come back and find those clips and be like, "This guy hates Xbox. He's a console war man," and try to get people to stop buying my games. Oh god, the world we live in, guys. Everyone has lost their minds. Not gonna lie, they have. We are almost done. I wasn't going to run this till 5, but we're so close. Let's just close up this hallway, and then I'll let you guys know where you can find all of our stuff. And then we'll get on for the stream today. And then I've had a blast, to be honest. This has been fun. I haven't streamed in a few days. Had some new guys in the stream. It was very fun hanging out. Love all of our regulars here. Definitely the best. You guys got me ranting today, for sure. But not only that, we had fun. We talked about game development. We got some serious cool progress on this sweet new level. I shouldn't have done this. Oh man, when I do this again, it's gonna create that one wall. It's gonna, you know what? I don't like that. I want to be able to highlight it all. I don't want to have to keep doing that. So let's go ahead and let's change this design right here. We'll go ahead and merge all those, and then what we need to do is just delete these. You know what? We'll do it later. We're almost at the end of the stream, so I'm gonna fix that so we don't have to keep unclicking and clicking that hallway. Basically, we can just go in here and flip some of these because these are all going the wrong way. These need to be facing down. There we go. Hold on. Back then, laws weren't invented, I guess. Mekan says. Well, I mean, now you just gotta think like people are suing other people for stuff that they say. You know, people get really upset at people's words now. So you just gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Let's flip all of these. And Microsoft, they're just waiting for that stuff. They're already seeing where things are going, and then they're indulging all of that. We can flip these around easy by looking this way and finding which ones need to flip. And then Sean says, I wish that Nintendo Switch had built-in voice chat. I was disappointed it didn't. That was my problem with Switch 2. Yeah, I was definitely disappointed. But now I'm kind of like, you know what? I actually think it's a great idea. Not gonna lie. I'm like, you can just communicate with pings and stuff. I'm like, you don't need to be talking to all these random people you don't know. You only really need to be talking about what they should do. Honestly, what Nintendo should do is they should just disallow random chat, and you just can't chat with randoms. Like, sorry, you have to be friends. You know, that would solve all your lawsuits problems. That would solve your privacy problems. You don't have to worry about anything. If those people are accepted as friends, then they can chat on the system during the game. And if they're not friends, then they can't, because you just know, you just don't want weirdos talking to people, or, you have like, young kids on the chat and stuff like that. That would just solve all their problems, and you can fix that with parental controls and stuff like that. And you wouldn't get all the trash talk from people. You wouldn't hear vulgar language from people who are being dumb, in game and stuff like that. You would fix all your problems. So, free idea, Nintendo. There you go. I mean, people would be like, wow, this is too restrictive. And then you'd have like the Nintendo fans be like, oh, at least we have it. At least we have chat now. It's great. Because that's basically what they tried to do. They forced you to have a smartphone, because by doing that, they basically forced you into being old enough to have a smartphone. That's what they're trying to do, to protect kids mostly. I think that's their decision on this generation, to not have voice chat. And I think that's a good decision, to be honest, with the voice chat on the phones, because you have to have a phone and you have to be friends. But as long as you just have it to where, like, on the system you have to be friends, I think that'd be pretty good. Space My Name says, they can't stop the truth. Xbox is trying, bro. They want to shut you down. You gotta be careful what you say. Gotta be careful what you say. Same with YouTube. So, careful, guys. The stream's gonna get taken down. Just joking around. Just joking around. But all right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. This level is looking good. This is gonna be really cool. These hallways are gonna blow your minds when you guys play this, and you're gonna love the level design popping back into the beginning, so you can go back down the actual path instead of totally getting lost. So it's going to be pretty cool. 66, thank you, 99 says, I agree, friends only chat seems like the perfect solution. Yeah, I totally think so too. That way you can talk with your friends, and you're not going to get yelled at by strangers. You're not going to hear, vulgar stuff that you don't want to hear, or anything like that, or anything toxic like you're worried about, So I don't know why they wouldn't do that, because you have to manually accept someone's friend request. If someone sends you a random friend request, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to do that. So I think that's a pretty good idea. The TreeFall Studios game console, that's how it will be. In about 10 years, we're going to be so big, we're going to have our own game console, and we're going to wade into the console space. Calling it now. Just wait. We get enough patrons, maybe we will. And it'll be shaped like a tree, and it will be physical media based. None of this online garbage, no DRM. It'll come with 2 controllers in the box. All TreeFall games will be first party, and so will Thomas's games. You play all of his games on the TreeFall Studios console. So just wait. You wait. Give it about 15 years, maybe. 10 years seems a little too soon. We probably need some more money. But hey, let me know what you guys think about that. But dude, this was such a fun stream. Call it the tree trunk. There we go. Thomas is on it. There we go. Yeah, it'll be pretty awesome. Yeah, we'll get there in about 10 years after we sell another 100,000 copies of Maze. We need to sell probably 150,000 copies of Perplexing Orb, something like that. And then we will make our own console. And then we'll show them who's boss. The TreeFall Studios team. There we go. Space My Name says, I buy a TreeFall Studios console. Let's go. The grassroots movement has started. I'll hire you guys all to be our marketing team, and we will do this together. From the stream of 6 viewers concurrently to 10 years from now, you guys can timestamp this. Eventually, we'll have a console that will sell in, I can't say GameStop because I don't know if GameStop will exist in 10 years, but it will sell in a store, maybe Walmart. Walmart's not going anywhere. There we go. Prediction time. All right, we got our patrons going across the bottom right here. You can check out everybody supports us on patreon.com. It would be great if you check out our Patreon page, links down below. I got to give a huge shout out to everybody who supports us on patreon.com. I got to give a personal shout out to Carmen Red, Overhyped Gamer, Sharkmino, and PLP. Thank you guys for what you do for TreeFall Studios on patreon.com. I couldn't do what I do without you guys. Huge difference. Oh, yeah, dude, Thomas Stewart, number 5 on that list. He's also top tier. Started recently. Our boy, Celebrity in the chat. He's also a new patron as well. Shout out to Thomas. I give him free shout outs whether or not he's a patron anyways. Celebrity in the chat. So thank you guys for checking out the Patreon. You can find out now below. Yeah, there you go, celebrity patron. You guys are all celebrity patrons, to be honest. All the patrons are celebrities. Let's go for the TreeFall tribe. You guys can hop in our Discord down below. Links are to be invited. If you guys aren't there, we can talk about TreeFall Studios games. You can post game development questions in there. I am getting a little bit busier, so I'm not being able to totally respond to everything, but I'm trying my best to chat when I can, so you guys can hang out and chat with each other in our Discord. All of our news updates are there. You can also follow us on Twitter. Perfect timing, it just switched over. You guys can check out Micro Challenge, our most recent game on PlayStation, only 49 cents. Tomorrow, guys, all of everybody who owns a VCS, Tilting Tiles hitting the Atari VCS tomorrow. Can't wait to make a video about it. Can't wait to talk about it. Super hyped to see what everyone has to say. Super excited. And also excited for my future supporting Atari. We're going to be releasing a bunch of games over there, bringing over some of our franchises over the next few weeks to months, stuff like that. Try to get some of these new games on there, but it just depends on how the performance is. So we will see. I think that's it. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1,500 subscribers, so it's going to take a lot more than 1,500 subscribers to release the TreeFall Tree Trunk, trademark patent pending, on our first game console. But if you are new here and you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are growing rapidly. We are a channel based on indie games. We show my games, development on my games, talk about them, devlogs, show you cool conferences, give you guys fun games to play, and I also tell you about how much money we make, how to get into game development, teach you different game design tips and tricks and things that I've learned over the years to help you get started on your path to becoming a full-time game developer. So if any of that is interesting to you, be sure to hit that subscribe button on the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, we hit 5 on the dot. We popped 2 hours. It was great to be back. All right, guys, with that being said, I will catch you in the next video. I don't know if I will be able to stream tomorrow. Not sure. Probably not, to be honest. And I will give you guys an updated schedule for the following week to see if we might shift some times around while the puppy is still young. Because I kind of walking him. We're kind of walking him every hour to every 30 minutes or so at this point. And he needs to get a little bit older before he can sit down here and, hold his pee, while we're doing 2-hour streams. So I can always pause. I might do some days where I do like a be right back screen. But right now we're trying to figure that out. So, and we got some even more news that'll change up our streams. Might do a couple evening time streams as well. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I highly appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed today's dev, work, game chat, and video game rants. I will see you guys in the next video.